Thanks, guys.
Hi, Philip. Donald Corby here. I wanted to ask about, and I'm sorry if this question has already been asked. I had this muted for just a minute. What did you make of Deontay Wilder's comments? I know that you've sparred him before. What have you made of how he has sort of acted this last week regarding the Tyson Fury fight?
Man, I'm not so on the social media. I don't know what really was happening, so don't know what to tell you exactly. I don't know what he said exactly.
He claimed that Tyson Fury was tampering with the gloves. He claimed that his water was spiked by his trainer. A lot of kind of wild claims about how that fight went.
I think that's impossible with the gloves because so strict checks before the fight, especially in such a big event. So I think it's not true, and I think sometimes, especially when you make a lot of money and make a lot of fame, it's sometimes hard to admit yourself your mistakes, and then you try to find mistakes in some other things, And I think he need to go deep down in his soul and his heart and find the answers there, not in the gloves.
Nisse, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, actually, if you have a couple of seconds.
If I'm honest, I think it sounds like he's going through, and I mean this in the most positive regard possible. It sounds like he's going through some kind of breakdown, mental breakdown, because 1 minute's the gloves, 1 minute's his trainer who basically built him from a kid up to him spiking his own drinks. It sounds like possibly he needs some kind of therapy or to get through this. And I don't mean this in a jokey way. I mean this in a serious way because, I think Wilder is a good fighter, and I think he seems like a very, very nice guy. I've heard from a lot of different people that he's a top guy, and I think maybe he needs to just get to grips with it, and I'm not a psychiatrist, but it sounds like all these excuses coming in, like 4 or 5 different excuses. I think it started with what he came into the ring in, which quite simply, in the biggest fight of your life, to walk in like a Disney character, it's crazy. I think anyway, but yeah, look, I hope he works himself out. He needs to talk through his problems, and he needs to maybe just man up, put his hands up, and say he was the person who lost the fight. That takes a real man to do that. Admit he did something wrong. He got beaten on the night. That does not mean that he can't win a third fight. We saw the first fight. He almost knocked Tyson out. And we all have off nights. We all have off days. In soccer, you get substituted. In boxing, you get knocked out. That's the sad, cruel nature of the game. But I believe he'll be back. He just needs to take some time out, get off of social media, not give any interviews, and like Philip says, search his soul.
Thank you, buddy.
But I wish him the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nisse. And finally, Carlos, I believe you've got a question for maybe both guys.
Yeah, quick question for Nisse. I mean, I know you kind of detailed a little bit what your plan is to maybe try to get Philip in